Hey guys, it's Levi for the Rat Company, and welcome back to DETALKS. With me, Mr. David Patterson of Lake Country Manufacturing. How you doing, brother?
Very good. How are you?
Good. I am super excited because David and I have been friends for a while. We've been wanting to get together and do this. We're finally together.
Yeah.
Finally getting to spend the week. We're going to be putting out a ton of videos for you guys.
And I get to check out Boise.
And you get to come to Boise.
That's awesome.
Of all things.
Never been here.
I know. That's the best part about it.
It is
I like
pretty
showing
awesome.
people around the town. Some people think we're way up in the mountains. We're not.
No.
We're in the high desert, as we say. And you're from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So
I don't really know much to say about that.
So some of the things that I wanted to discuss in this episode was kind of life balance. I kind of try and do this with everybody that comes on, is we always try and find that balance in your life of how to get the best results with your family, with your work, with your business. All these things just depends on the job that you have, because there's so many of us that you're maybe maybe you're just a weekend warrior and this is something fun you do and this is how you relax. Or maybe you are a friend of mine, Chris Woolman, just quit his job, his full-time job, to detail full-time. And so Chris this is probably his first week or two since I'm making this video, not airing it, but he is finally 100%
A detailer.
a detailer. He was always a part-time detailer. He's helped on a lot of the projects in Southern California, a lot of the restoration products like the witchcraft and things like that. But he had a day job. So there's a lot of people that are trying to figure out how to balance that day job with detailing. And we come at it differently in the sense that we're reps for a company and there's some travel involved. But then on top of that, you actually have a detail shop.
Yep.
That you may not put as much time as you want, but it's always in the back of your mind as a part of another business empire that you're working on.
Yeah.
And you have a wife and a kid.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
And you travel a lot.
Yeah.
So.
And the balance isn't easy.
Yeah.
But it's important, and it's important to try to improve on it.
Yep.
Based on what's most important to you. There have been times where I've been extremely unbalanced, and and life is not fun. You're missing something.
Yep.
And like I said, it's something that I continue to work on every day to try to improve. I want to be able to be better than yesterday. That's my main goal. Most days when I wake up is, regardless of the task or what I'm doing, is to try to just improve from what I did yesterday, because I have to do it better the next time. And if I keep that mentality, eventually, no matter what it is, I'll most likely be where I want to be. Mm-hmm. So when I started working with Lake Country Manufacturing, I actually stopped detailing for a number of months just to reestablish myself and make sure that I was focusing on
the new job.
My new job role, and making sure I was performing to my standard, but most importantly to my company's standard,
right?
Because otherwise I wouldn't retain that job. And then after that, jumped back in, because my detailing is something that I utilize for technical knowledge to share with either my peers like you or customers that might call and say, hey, I'm using this pad and this, and I'm having a problem. So I utilize that to test product that's in-house, to work with any polish on the market, and our pads and our competitors' pads, and able to provide accurate technical information to help people achieve what they need. And my shop is a big part of that. But the other big part is actually the product development side. So I get to utilize and test a lot of different materials and use them on cars start to finish, and maybe multiple cars start to finish, depending on the paint styles, to help my main job to develop products and then sell them, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
So they get awfully intertwined, and it can be exhausting. And I feel like I don't do as good of a job as I want to, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. But I definitely make balance a priority, and I think that's the first step. And you're never going to win all the time, but if I can if I can pull it off and feel good and be able to spend the time that I want to with my family, I feel like like 70% of the time, I feel like I've won. And it's really in your mentality. And
Yeah.
like I don't know how you do it, but I'm sure you have the similar challenges. But it's mainly for me is attempting to focus and give my attention to the task at hand, whether that's
Right.
that task might be spending time with my family, and that's not a task, but
No, but in your brain you can compartmentalize it in
Yeah.
that sense, where you get your work time, your home time, and maybe fun time, so to speak. Because
Yeah.
home is fun and something to look forward to, but there's still demands. You still got to mow your lawn. You still got to clean the gutters.
Yeah.
You still got to do some, there's still a honey-do list when you get home.
yeah.
It's not just like, oh, good, I can just sit down and relax on the couch. There's a lot of little stuff still that a lot of people seem to either neglect or, go by the wayside. Or there's, a date night with your wife every once in a while.
Yeah, and that's something I
you've
can
been out
improve
of
on.
town for a really long time.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like you said, it's constant. It's always trying to juggle, but one of my main problems, or one of the things that I've struggled with for the longest time, is I could be doing any given task and let all of those things kind of just sit, and as I think about them, doing other tasks. And
Yeah.
really what it came down to for me is that it was all kind of a blur.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I really accomplished anything, even though I accomplished all the things, but because of my thought process, I didn't feel like I accomplished anything.
Right.
And by choosing how I want to dedicate my focus and attempting to be in that mental state of flow, or focusing on what you're doing and encompassing that and then switching to the next thing, has really helped me. And that's really taken off by some personal coaching,
Yeah.
that I've been able to pick up on also. And I still struggle with it, but I work at it every day, and it's one of the things that's really, really helped me over the last year.
Yeah.
And it's
Something to keep you on task.
Yeah,
Something to kind of double check your work, so to speak.
sometimes just calling it quits. you
Yeah,
know?
that too.
Knowing when to throw in the towel, or to call it done for the day. And as detailers, I know that's
It's hard because everybody wants to get that next job, or that customer, I gotta help them out. But man, at the end of the day, sometimes you just gotta say no thanks.
Yeah.
And I'll get you in. I sign you up for like a month or 3 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
If you're that booked, sometimes you just need a break. And if you explain that to your customers, they totally understand that, and they actually thank you for it.
I've never had one that hasn't understood it, even though I feel like there's no way they could.
Yeah.
But I've never had one that hasn't understood it.
Yeah, well, and for me, I just had a family emergency and in this last week, and so it was that kind of thing where it was like, I gotta go. Like, I was still trying to do some emails and respond to some clients, but I just let them all know what was up. That, hey, I can help you, but here's what's up. I may have trouble getting back to you.
Yeah.
And every single one of them, when they heard that, said, no problem. Like, take your time. Handle it.
And
Like,
sometimes
don't worry about me.
those are the most healthy reminders, is
Yep.
things like that, even though they're not great, but to remind you what's so important. And
Yep.
my son is, and
Yeah.
your children are the same reason that I'm sure makes you want to accomplish those things.
Exactly.
So
That's true. So try and find that balance in your life, guys.
try.
Seriously, from a couple guys who've tried to do it ourselves, we're just trying to help you guys out as well. So if you want to learn more about Lake Country Manufacturing, you can check out lakecountrymfg.com. You can check out Lake Country on Facebook and Instagram under Lake Country Manufacturing, all spelled out. And you can check out David Patterson's Facebook page and your shop's Instagram profile. It's
Yeah.
Perfect Shine Detailing.
Yep.
So make sure you comment, like our page. And David, thanks for coming out, man. This has been so much fun.
This
I
has
love
been
this.
beyond fun. I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here.
And make sure you just stay tuned right here for more episodes of Detox.
Subscribe.
Yep. Right here on the Rag Company YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.